Page 176 to 177, you show a meme and describe the story as Zeal sending the meme, when in reality it was actually you that had sent it, and you also conveniently cropped out the sender and wrote a whole story about his malicious intent and how he was using it as a joke. This can be considered fabrication of evidence, and no matter how minor it is, or if it's just a meme, it's just a meme, guys, it still brings up the question, if you're willing to go this far, what else could you have intentionally fabricated? Did you actually give a fuck? Multiple times in your original document, you state about how you still care and wish Zeal to not harm himself, but instead to get help and better himself. Yet repeatedly you have told him to go fuck himself, and rot in hell, and reposted tweets from your sibling where they stated that they would not care if Zeal succeeded in taking his life, as it would be one less abuser in the world. Do you think you actually gave a shit, or do you not just care if he lived or died? Doesn't look like it. You have been deleting items and shutting down any possible way of communicating with you. You have closed YouTube comments, Discord channels, banned people for reaction emojis, deleted your song, consistently ignored any questions or accountability. And while you deleting one video might not be a bad thing, it falls under a pattern where it becomes extremely suspicious. What is the purpose of this? Your moderation has stated it to be protection against harassment, but you had already closed YouTube comments and locked your Discord server channels, preventing any new random from directly communicating with you. And the only form of communication was reacting to your posts in Rant sillies with certain animal emojis like elephants and mammoths, in which you banned every single person. Do we have a fear of elephants or what? On page 184, when referring to your Twitter sexting, you state, "I'm not going to document the content of what was exchanged on Twitter. It was sexting. It was mutual at the time. It was also private, and I do not have much of it saved, because what happened next made that impossible." In this statement, you claim that the sexting was mutual, that you did not have much saved. Later on your Discord, you would say that you had hypersexuality, which explains all your messages that you had sent to him. However, people with hypersexuality can still consent. You are still responsible for your words and actions. Could you not have shared what you did have saved? Additionally, why was hypersexuality never mentioned anywhere in your original document? Like, what is this souk in a ass bullshit? Where did that come from? Multiple times in your document, the use of the third-person pronoun, they, is used. This suggests that the document was not written by just you, but also written by a third party. Page 1, you state that it is edited with the help and support of your friends. However, in these screenshots, they are directly describing and explaining Zeal's actions instead of you. Later confirmations have you knowing that Cyril helped proofread your document, and you also said that they were helping other victims write their own document. Was this a mistake, or do they know him personally enough for you to allow them to describe his actions? On page 68, you describe your encounter and beginning of the night of September 3rd, the assault, as "he became feral. Without warning, he forced his tongue deep into my mouth." However, Zia would later claim that you had asked for a kiss, and you confirmed that you both knew about this claim by posting a song on YouTube with lyrics stating, "I had asked for just a kiss." You would also later private this song. Later on your Discord, you would state that you had in fact asked for a kiss. Why was the mention of you initiating with a kiss never mentioned anywhere in the document originally, and why was the song privated? Like, what the fuck are we doing?
I asked for just a kiss.
Why did you delete many of the channels in your Discord? Discord channels are typically not entirely wiped when undergoing server maintenance. However, by using some third-party plugins, you're able to view channels that you're not able to usually. And you can see that several channels have been deleted entirely. What is the purpose of this? You stated it was because your server was getting too big, but who just deletes 100,000 messages? Like, what? And also, unfortunately for you, all your messages were saved. So, good job. On July 3rd, you state that everyone with BPD has attempted suicide twice, and that you personally have attempted it at least 5 times, from what you remember, making your night on September 6th your 6th attempt. Could this be a reoccurring pattern? And not to be insensitive, but is this just suicide baiting? How do you attempt 6 times? On July 3rd, 2025, in your Discord server, you're speaking to another user about your past relationships and how you tend to overly love someone and then hate them. Strange. You additionally state that you get upset with dating because you would need someone who can handle you breaking up with them, forgiving and fixing your relationship non-stop forever. That's a huge fucking red flag. Could this be related to your past relationships and crushes, such as when you were interested in Kat and attempted to have them fired when they rejected your romantic advances? Or when Zio denied your romantic advances of dating and moving in together, contributing to your final conversation on the 11th of October. If everywhere you goes smells like shit, have you looked at the bottom of your shoes? You state that you sent a 17-second voice message, however, you do not provide this in your original document. Here, I'll provide the voice message for you since you don't want to provide it.
Just Okay, listen, it's fine. I don't want you to feel bad about it. You genuinely made my day. Like, genuinely. Listen, I'm really happy right now. Like, please don't feel bad in the slightest, okay?
You good? Alright, alright. Why was this voice message left out of the document in the first place? You preemptively and actively attempt to silence those who are critical or questioning of your claims. Anyone who is critical of what you have said, you immediately label and demean as the following. Let's have a look. Rape apologist, dismissive, dehumanizing, harassment enabling, tone deaf, cruel, pathologizing, I don't know how to say that shit, invalidating, antagonistic, exploitative, ableist, misogynistic. You also call them, they be acting a lot like Israel right now, bro. I'm crying. Alright. You reduce the reasoning of the opposition to mere internal anger. By positioning the arguments against you as emotional, you discredit them and you silence them. This behavior did not start after the release of the document. It's found in the document as well. And your behavior on Discord after the document's release as well. Why do you care so much about preventing criticism of your side? Why not work with those who have questions so all confusion can be warded off? Like, we're telling you, you have plot holes. You have 11 timeline inconsistencies, and you just ignore them. What the fuck are we doing? On June 28, you state that a user told you to write a document on Zeal for yelling at you. However, you display disinterest as you hate it when many eyes are on you. This takes place before RDC. On November 11, 2025, you state a user told you to write a document on Zeal. Who is this devil on your fucking shoulder? However, you state that you wouldn't know how to. You also state that it is not complicated and can be simplified to 2 words, which does not align with your original statement of a long pattern of manipulation and conditioning over time. March 25, 2026, when speaking with a redacted user, you state that you were sexually assaulted at RDZ and that you may one day release a document. This takes place 2 weeks before April 8th. That's really weird. What do you mean one day release a doc? Was this doc made in 2 weeks or what? Is this a common pattern of users consistently requesting you to write documents? Alright. Oh, looks like you left out some more information here as well. Omitted context and conversation left out 1 minute before the screenshots you provide about your hickey on page 138, in which you state, "Wearing your hickeys loud and proud today, not telling anyone where I got them. Part of my fit." In which you again did in fact tell someone again. Jesus fucking Christ. Why was this context left out 1 minute before? I mean, like, you can scroll up like 2 seconds. It's right there. Why didn't you include that message? Okay. Page 142, you state that Zio engineered a situation to pull a lever to trigger you. You also state that you made threats, and that you did not mean them simply because you were small. Hey, I'm gonna tell you something. Just because you're short, doesn't mean you can make death threats. You did not go into detail for these threats, and later state that these threats were the reason why the police were called on you. Incorrect. Ding ding ding. The police were called on you for attempting suicide. These threats also surfaced when you had told multiple people about your sexual encounter with Zeal, and he confronted you about it, in which you demanded to know who told him, so you could go beat him up and kill him. Why was this context left out? Why did you just describe it as, "I made threats, guys"? On page 142, you state that the reason for your attempt on the night of September 6th was the marks on my neck, my religious family at home who could not know, every friend I believed hated me, Zeal, the feeling that I had nowhere to go and no one wanted me there. However, conversations at the time have you stated the reason as not wanting to keep doing this or betraying his trust again to another party. Not one time did you mention any of your current reasons. Why was this context left out, and why is the initial provided reason inaccurate? Alcohol and breaking boundaries. Wow. Wow. What a piece of shit. Repeatedly, you have shown a pattern of breaking other people's boundaries. You followed the pressure development team when they didn't want you around them. You allegedly cornered Kat into unblocking you. That statement is from Will too. Told people about your sexual encounter with Zeal when asked not to. You tried to get into someone's room to apologize to them. And you asked to have a drink with a recovering alcoholic. Is this a pattern of breaking other people's boundaries, but getting pissed off when other people, like, even touch yours? December 3rd, 2025, multiple times in your Discord you mentioned requiring all staff to be 18 plus because they might see some weird shit. However, one of your current administrators is 17, and they were likely 16 when they joined in March 2025. They're also one of the proofreaders for your sexual assault document. before it was released. What? And instead of having them proofread it for inconsistencies, you had them proofread to make sure everyone's pronouns were correct? You also stated that Cyril was helping other victims write their documents. What are we doing, Ren? Can we get more clarification? You claim you have PTSD from RDC, yet it is not shown or mentioned anywhere in your document. Can we just have like a little more clarification? Because right now, it seems like you're collecting this shit like fucking Infinity Stones. We got BPD, we got DID, allegedly from when Kat said that one of your alters told you that Kat was gonna kill you. Yeah, so we got BPD, DID, we got ADHD, stated by you. We got PTSD now. We got hypersexuality now. And you're probably on the spectrum too. Like, come on. Can we have a little bit more clarification? Can we have more explanation? Guilt tripping and malicious behavior. My god, you did so fucking much of this. Upon the release of your original document, you've behaved maliciously, comparing any critics to, remember, Israel, and calling them rape-enabling pricks, and dismissing any criticism as invalid, as the doc is 300 pages long. That's not how it works. You're also banning people for reacting with elephants. Are elephants harassment now? Rather than directly addressing those elephants to assist and help form and fix your own story, instead of working on your story, instead of working on your document, you've been advertising your VTuber model. You've been posting random Apex Legends clips. Also, you deleted several Discord channels entirely. What are we doing? What was the intention of deleting these Discord channels? And why do you refuse to work on your story and instead guilt trip and insult any critics? 11 instances of incorrect timelines. 11. Pages 128, 132, 157, twice on 160, 161, 170, 188, 202, 230, and 242. Instead of having our proofreaders proofread the document for inconsistencies, we had them proofread to make sure everyone was gendered correctly, even though half of the people were redacted and went by they, them. How about we, actually do shit that actually matters? Like I don't want to be offensive, but come on. 11 incorrect timelines. How? Well, do you have a motive? Do you have a motive? Can you just answer that? Multiple times you have displayed a dislike or even hatred for the Pressure Development team, Zeram and Zeal in general. You also stated that you want a fandom, and that you hate how Zeram has a fandom. You also stated how you have mood swings where you love someone, and the next, you hate them. May this have potentially affected your motive for releasing a document, or how you feel about Zeal in the past, and the present as well. Because nothing says healthy relationship more than, I want them to burn in hell, or rot in hell. What a nice sounding person you are. 3 cases of hidden blocked messages. Can we show these? Again, your proofreaders fucking suck ass. Hire new proofreaders. Alright, if you made it this far in the video, thanks for watching. That's all the elephants for now. There is a lot more. I just wanted to point these ones out. There's like 40 more, and they're minor ones. They'll be like, he deliberately planned this while she asked for his hotel. And it's the most bullshit thing. Every time I read her fucking document, I get more and more fucking pissed. It is so much narrative reframing. It is, look how nice I'm being. Look how I'm managing his feelings. I'm the one that almost died. I should be the one that needs caring for. It is so manipulative. If you fell for her document for the first time, you were manipulated, okay? She keeps appealing to your emotions. She catches you on. She's like, I want you to sit with that for a moment. She grabs the reader and directly addresses their emotions. At the end of her document, she's like, to the pressure team, if you had any semblance of moral whatever the fuck, you would have spoken out. Oh my fucking god, I'm so pissed. I'm gonna make one more slander video, and then that'll probably be it for now until she makes her second document. If not even half of these elephants are addressed, fuck you, Ren. Fuck you. That's it. No more being neutral. Fuck you.